my goodness. Wow.
We're going to Funky Town.
Welcome to the North Shore of Oahu. We are in Haleiwa town. We're going to be popping into a place called Stonefish. It's locally owned and operated. Thank you so much for doing this show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I love the fact that you guys do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a bunch of different wonderful items that Chef has prepared for us. Can we taste some of these things?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Where do you want to start? Maybe with something that's gonna get your day going?
Yes.
Got our verdita, which is a breakfast shot. So some people would just drink green juice to wake up in the morning, but here at Stonefish Grill, we suggest that you drink a little bit of tequila and follow it up with a green juice to start your day.
Okay, well, cheers.
Ready?
And it's got jalapeno in here.
Yes, it does. How was that for you?
That's like the healthiest green juice I've ever had.
Yes.
It's very tasty.
Awesome.
Wow, I'm totally awake right now.
There you go.
You serve breakfast during the week, but you also have some magnificent breakfast cocktails.
Yes.
So this, it looks like a meal in itself.
It is.
Is this your special Bloody Mary?
Yes, I'm a huge fan of Bloody Marys. The base of it is made from scratch. So we put a lot of love and ingredients into it, and then we make our own house candied bacon. This is our shrimp cocktail that comes on our shrimp cocktail appetizer, and then I like all the pickled things. You've got pickled beans, you've got the onions, you've got pepperoncinis, and then of course the standard celery and all of that good stuff as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
well cheers to you.
Oh.
Oops.
It's telling you to eat the bacon.
Okay, cheers.
There we go.
Nice spice to that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flavor to it.
And then you candy the bacon in-house?
We candy the bacon in-house. It's my favorite part. Like I would just have candied bacon all day if I could.
It tastes like candy.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You also have a breakfast menu, breakfast cocktails, but you're also known for your pupus, Reuben.
Yes, people love the Reuben.
So good.
I would say let's go ahead and start with you want to do the goat cheese ragoons?
Let's start with that.
The goat cheese in these ragoons comes from Sweetland Farms, which is right up on Kaukonahoa Road. We wanted to make sure that it's locally sourced. And you're gonna wanna get some of the house-made pineapple salsa there,
Okay.
right on top of it. Or at least to follow up your bite of the goat cheese ragoon. So the pineapples are grilled, and then, just standard kind of salsa recipe with a little bit of love from Chef Brie. Yeah,
Excellent.
So that's there.
That's a pupu item?
Yes, so that's available lunch, dinner, and late night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is something that everybody can have anytime.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's do the Reuben.
Oh yeah, I know you like the Reuben.
Well, I'm, from the East Coast originally, so I'm always looking for a good Reuben.
Well, I hope it doesn't disappoint. It's hand-shaven. Sauces are made in-house on this as well. Hawaii-style bakery provides us with our rye. And then we've got the sidewinders that comes with it, or you can always do a salad if you want it to be a little healthy. I prefer the French fries.
So what should we do? Just
I'm gonna
take it?
take this out,
Okay.
and you can take the top half off if you'd like. Be careful because it is overflowing as
Wow,
always.
look at this.
And I'm gonna taste the bottom and just make sure they gave you a good Reuben.
Wow. The bread
Did we
is
do okay?
incredible.
And then we make our own sauerkraut as well, so it's all from scratch and with love.
But this Reuben is this only, you can't buy this Reuben.
Well, at lunch here you can. Feel free to come back.
It's excellent, excellent. Now, can I ask you about the potatoes? Like you make the potatoes
Sidewinders.
this way.
So
Why?
it's like a wedge.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit more crunch because there's a little more surface area to it.
Very aesthetically pleasing as well.
Yeah, it stands up nice on the plate. You want to go there? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, let's talk about this because this is a poke dish, but it's
prime rib. It also has a little bit of jalapeno in it, but it is a lime soy-based sauce, and it's got sea asparagus, onions. We make our wontons in-house, and then it's got a little bit of microgreens on top of it from Diamond Island Farms in Wailua. and some heirloom tomatoes.
That's amazing.
You have to have it with the wonton on top of it.
Oh my God,
You need
that
to go
is
back
so
for a
good.
second bite. And then the sea asparagus is where the salt component comes from.
I don't see a lot of prime rib poke on a menu.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
It's got a nice brown sugar crust that we put on top of it, and then we hot sear it so the outside of it gets, how's that sea asparagus?
Everything just makes sense.
Kind of like a beef stir fry, but with some fresh ingredients inside of it, and then a little bit of crunch, which I love.
It's very healthy. I mean, you're right. You would think like, okay, what is this prime rib poke gonna look like? But it totally works. It's delicious. And is this a poo-poo item?
Yes, this is available lunch, dinner, and late night as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's another one that you can get all day.
Okay. Now, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to attack these two things, and we're going to talk about the aesthetics in this beautiful restaurant. We'll be right back. We have these two magnificent cocktails that appeared out of nowhere.
Lily
See
Quake
the-
habaneros.
Cheers.
Get a little bit of the lean king. Right?
That's so good. I mean, everything I've tried here is so delicious. This is one of my favorite dishes here. Not only because of the seafood, but because of the base.
So Chef Brie hails from Kansas City, and she loves barbecue. She loves everything that's kind of southern, and we wanted to do something that was similar to like a boil, but with like a local spin on it. And so she took what normally you would see at like a barbecue that they pour out on the table, and she turned it into something that like two people like you and I can share at a table. This is what it is.
Like you could drink it. Like it's so delicious.
You could drink it, or you could have it spilled on your lap.
I'm sorry, I'm just dunking the
No,
bread
go
in there.
for it. That's
So
what I
good.
do. So we do it with
good.
fresh seafood, of course. There's mussels, there's crab, there's a little bit of shrimp, and then they've got andouille sausage in there, some potatoes, and then some sweet corn, local sweet corn, yeah. This is lunch and dinner as well.
Lunch and dinner.
It's on our appetizer menu, but a lot of people will come in and order it as their meal and then not share it.
So this is on the poop menu.
Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a starter.
Okay, before I finish all of the broth, let's talk about
Oh, dear.
the fish tacos, yeah?
Yeah, so we do a beer battered fish taco. This is at lunch only. Fish is all locally caught, and then we make our own beer batter with that Kona longboard beer. And then it's deep fried in our fryer. It's got that same grilled pineapple pico that you had earlier, or the salsa that you had earlier. A lemon avocado aioli that's made in-house. And then if you like spice, there's a jalapeno soy sauce that's unbelievable for it that we do instead of, and it's got a little bit of vinegar to it instead of what you would normally have, like a malt vinegar.
I love spice. You
So-
know I love spice.
I know.
Okay.
So let's see what you think.
See? So good.
Lots of flavor to it, yeah. There is a lot of flavor to it. It's not your standard.
It's not your standard
We
fish
do a little
taco.
bit different, and then of course, my favorite thing is that we support the local fishermen.
I
So
love that you support
Yeah.
locals.
yeah,
I know that when you acquired this property, it was during the
COVID,
pandemic.
yeah.
So tell me about that.
really interesting. So I was at Haleiwa Joe's for over 20 years. COVID happens, they shut everything down, and I end up unemployed, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? This place was going bankrupt, and a couple of people in the community had come here and were like, if you want this place to make it past bankruptcy, you need to call this person. And they give my phone number to the person who was the current owner at that time, whose partner had actually claimed bankruptcy and left. And he calls me, and I'm like, I don't know. And I come in, and it's like they had like lawn chairs for their furniture, and they were running like corn dogs and things like that. And I was just like, what are we doing? And a couple of months later, we made a deal, and I stayed, and we made it through COVID. And here we are. It's been a little more than 4 years now, and and we're busy. And I remember we've increased sales by 20 times what it was.
Wow.
On certain days, and so I'm really proud of what we've done. And a lot of what we did was we made sure that, especially during that time when no one was making it. Like everyone was having a hard time making ends meet. I mean, there were different programs and things, but what we focused on was that if we gave back to our local community, so local farmers, local fishermen, and also supported people who just didn't have support at that time, like giving them a place to go, giving them something that was like enlightening, that they would come back and support us.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we focused. Like rather than just trying to make a dime and get through the day, it was like we host 6th grade banquets that we sponsor here for our local elementary schools, and I try to give back and make sure that we're doing things for the community. If I can buy fish, even if it's more expensive that I could get from somewhere else, it's always going to be with the local fishermen. That's the kind of decisions that we make, and I just think if you constantly give, you'll always get.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
and so we're really proud of that.
Well, I know that this is also a labor of love for you. You have also, like, this table is kind of reclaimed from resources surrounding North Shore.
100%. So like this particular table is actually from the patio that used to be at Steamers and Pizza Bob's that was here, 20 years ago.
Wow.
When this building was built. And we took the planks and then repurposed them into tables so that we would still have a little bit of the old. The tables that are behind us are tables that we sourced from local fallen trees and things like that. We have someone who hostessed for me from the time that she was 16. Now she's a manager with us. My kids made the frames. So I don't come from money. I started off as a hostess. I've worked every position in a restaurant and kind of learned what I did and was able to eventually become an owner, which I'm very proud of. So it wasn't like we came from like a corporate background or had these huge backers, right? So it was like, how do we make something nice with nothing? All of the plants that are in here, we don't pay a nursery. We actually have our own greenhouse.
Wow.
And we rotate them ourselves, and it's like myself, my kids, and my other half, and yeah, it's all watered from the heart,
Well, you should be so proud of yourself, your staff, the community embraces you. Thank you so much for doing this. Salute to you, Kanani.
Thank you, Anne.
And don't forget to visit Stonefish Grill. They have something for everybody from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Thanks again. Continued success to you guys.
Thank you, Anne.
I'm at Seven Brothers in Haleiwa on North Shore, Oahu. Joining me is Shem, 4th of the 7 brothers.
Yes.
Shem, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for coming, Ann. Appreciate
preparing all of these amazing things. I know you're known for your burgers, and there's 7 brothers
Yes.
and 7 burgers.
Exactly. There's 7 burgers, but there's more sandwiches on the menu. But yes, each one of us have our own burgers.
This is the 4th location on Oahu.
Yep.
I know the concept originally started from your father's vision. Can you tell us more about how this started?
Family of 7 boys. Our dad always wanted to open a restaurant or do something in the food, and our dad came home one day. We were all moved out of the house except for our 3 youngest brothers, and we were just talking. He asked us, "Hey, what do you guys think about opening a restaurant?" And I'm the only one in the family that had like previous restaurant experience, and so I was like, absolutely not. It was 2008 or 2009, excuse me. No, it was 2008, like just at the start of like the recession or like the crazy crash back then. And tourism was down, everything was like, oh no, we don't want to do that. And he's like, well, it's too late. I just bought a restaurant. I just bought a restaurant down the street. Back then it was called Kaluku Grill. We didn't have really any concept of what we were doing. And as we worked it and as we just kind of developed the menu a little bit, our burgers became very popular. And so we kind of just expanded on that whole aspect of the business. Yeah.
So speaking of burgers,
Yeah.
you prepared 2 of your most popular,
Yes.
one being the Shem burger.
That's right.
Okay, which is this one here?
This is it, yeah.
This is the infamous Shem burger. We're sitting here, they must have ordered like 10 Shem burgers while we're sitting here waiting for the cameras and everything. So you want to start with that?
Sure, yeah. The funny story about this is that when we first started doing burgers, our dad was like, no one's ever gonna want a burger that has anything on it besides like meat and cheese. Like, let's just keep it simple. And at the time, our burgers were, I think we were selling burgers at $2.50. Yeah.
That was unheard of.
And it was pretty much we were paying people to eat our food. It was crazy. And so I told my dad, I'm gonna make a burger with guacamole and bacon, and I bet people will order it. And so I made a batch of guacamole just with the ingredients we had inside the kitchen. And within like an hour, like we sold out. And
Wow.
it just kind of felt good to prove them wrong.
Okay, so, wow, look at that. So this is homemade guacamole,
Homemade guacamole,
bacon.
bacon, grilled onions, cheese, quarter-pound patty, and our bun actually is unique to us. You can't find our bun anywhere else. Our brother spent about a year developing it with the bakery that we use. Yeah.
That is really good. The bun is important because it has to sustain everything that's inside. It can't be soggy. It can't be hard. It has to be just right. That is incredible. I can see why this is like the top seller.
Here's a napkin.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And now this other burger, which one is this one?
So this is the Spencer Burger. The location that we're in, Haleiwa, is Spencer's location. He's the oldest of us. Haleiwa was the last location to open. It opened about 2 years ago. And this burger has same bun, our fresh made onion ring, panko crusted onion ring with jalapenos, the Spencer sauce, which is blue cheese barbecue sauce, our house sauce,
Wow.
and grilled onions and bacon as well.
Jeez. This
Yeah, it's a
looks
lot.
amazing.
This burger has a kick.
I think I like this one better than the other one.
Yeah?
I love jalapenos. That's
Yeah.
excellent. So there's something special about your onion rings too. You can order that on the side. You do everything in-house with that onion ring.
Yeah, same kind of thing when we were like developing the menu or just like trying to think of different burger ideas. We really were just going off of what ingredients did we have in our kitchen, and we were already making the coconut macadamia shrimp, and so we had everything to make kind of like an onion ring. And so yeah, we just went in the back of the kitchen, mixed up a batter with some spices that we had in the back of the kitchen, and yeah, onions cut in-house by hand, hand dipped, and yeah, and you can order them on the side.
Wow.
Yeah.
So nice intro into your famous coconut shrimp.
Yes.
So this is not a burger.
No.
So how did this come on the menu?
So, and we wanted to do something unique with the coconut shrimp, and so my dad thought, hey, no one's doing macadamia nuts. Let's add macadamia nuts into the batter. Yeah, it just adds a little deeper level flavor. Yeah.
It tastes like Hawaii in a shrimp.
Yes.
It's
That's a
very good.
perfect description. Yeah, with like a sweet and sour, like my ploy sauce is like the perfect complement.
Can you get this in a sandwich?
No, we've never done that, but there are some people that order it on the side and they put it
In the burger?
in their burger.
I can see why it could totally make a great sandwich.
Yeah, it's a nice little crunch.
This is pretty good. So this is a top seller too.
This is a top seller. Our burgers are top sellers, and then our coconut macadamia shrimp with our ahi is probably because you can order a seafood combo, so ahi with coconut macadamia shrimp. The ahi is fresh from Kent's Fish, that's on the east side. Has amazing fish at his own location, but we source our fish from him. And yeah, it's just a great combination. Like you said, it's like a bite of Hawaii.
We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about this limited time offer. We are back in Haleiwa Town at Seven Brothers. We are talking about this limited time offer, country salad.
Yes.
So are we going to be offering limited time offer editions maybe monthly possibly?
Yeah, so we have an entire calendar set for the whole year.
Okay.
We'll have a new set of 2 items for March and April, and then May and June, July, August, and so on and so forth throughout the entire year. This salad in particular, I absolutely love. So it has pickled onions, fresh strawberries, avocado, bacon, blue cheese, and then our crispy chicken fillet on the side. And so we try to experiment with something, but also not lose the protein. So There's 50 grams, over 50 grams of protein on the salad.
Wow.
And we make the vinaigrette as well in-house. And everything kind of pairs really, really well all together.
That's really delicious.
Yeah.
I know this is your version of French fries.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk about this because each potato is cut individually.
We chop them in quarters now, and then we put them through the processor to get these thin slices. Every single morning, the potatoes are prepped fresh.
We also have merchandise, so you can share. You can't necessarily ship French fries to the mainland,
Sure.
but you can send some logo wear.
Our merchandise is available not only in stores, but also online for purchase. And all of our shirts and all of our merchandise, we like to tell a story with it. With this one, it's Love the Lost One, kind of like Ohana. We're Polynesian, we're actually Samoan, like Ainga. And kind of Polynesian culture is no one left behind. Family runs deep. And it means a lot to our father, actually, who came up with having Christian attributes as part of the restaurant experience. So when you come into the restaurant and instead of giving you a number or taking your name, you're given a ticket with maybe it's charity, maybe it's love or kindness. So when we're looking for people that have ordered food, we're calling out
Charity or love.
charity, love, kindness, happy, smile, just things like
that's
this
so nice.
that are, just to remind everyone that's like, hey, we're all alive and, blessed to, be living such a beautiful life, And this one actually, so this shirt actually displays that on the back, where it's a surfboard fin and it has strength, give, kind, happy, charity, true.
That is so awesome. That is really awesome.
These shirts are actually for you.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can take these with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get your size. I think these are extra large.
It's okay. Thank you, that's so kind.
Yeah, 100%.
So the last name Hanneman, there
Yes.
used to be some political figure named
Yes.
Hanneman. Any relation to that?
Uncle Mufi. Yeah, exactly. My grandpa was stationed here from American Samoa. He moved here without his family. He had 8 children at the time. They would go on to have 14 children. My dad is one of 14. And Uncle Mufi is my dad's first cousin. There's a lot of Hannemans.
There's a lot of Hanneman.
And I am probably the whitest Hanneman. Yeah, a lot of people you say we're Samoan and like, really, where at?
The height for sure.
Sure.
The height for sure. The appetite for sure.
100%.
And the love of the Aina for sure.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, I would never second guess that you were Samoan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I asked you this, who is the favorite of the 7 brothers?
Yes. Shez. He's the baby. And yeah, he's just like, Shez is the kind of personality that you can ask him literally anything. I mean, my wife and I, we just left on a trip and he watched our kids while we were gone.
How many children is that?
We have 4 kids.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got him ready for school, all that. But Shez is he's just full of love. And he's the best of us for sure.
See, that's why we get along.
Yeah, exactly.
Get along very well.
Exactly.
So hours of operation, I think that's important to tell. What are the hours?
Yeah, so 11 to 9 every single day, Monday through Saturday. We're closed on Sundays to give, like I said, we are a Christian business, and so just to give that day of rest,
Sure.
not only for ourselves, but for our employees, and
Of course.
respect the day.
Yeah.
And then,
That's every location, 11 to 9?
every location, 11 to 9. Laie is open till 10 on the weekends, and Sharks Cove is open till 8. Yeah.
So now let's talk about, I know that we have 4 locations on Oahu, but you also have some on the mainland. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the brother below me, Seek, about 7 years ago, he left Hawaii to go open his own restaurant, and he did that in Utah. It's super successful, and our other brother who was living on the mainland was like, I went on this action, and so he moved up from Arizona into like a small town outside of Salt Lake called Saratoga, and he opened up his restaurant there. So now on the mainland we have 7 locations, 1 in Arizona, 6 in Utah, and then our 4 locations here.
7 locations on the mainland for 7 brothers.
Exactly. And for a lot of people that ask, we get asked all the time, like, how come you guys are opening up on the mainland and not like anywhere else in Hawaii? We will be opening up very soon, hopefully by the end of this year, in Honolulu.
So that was going to be my next question. So now how do people stay informed on what's happening with you guys?
You can go to our website, sevenbrothersburgers.com. Social media, if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, we post regularly, our specials, news, updates, and sometimes just quirky videos.
Yes, I do love your Instagram videos. It's pretty fun. Well, thank you so much for doing the show. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to visit Seven Brothers and order the Schemberger. It is pretty good.